Hello everyone and welcome into today's reaction video. My name is Kale and I'm so excited to be watching Before Sunset for the first time today. I watched Before Sunrise many months ago. If you have not yet seen that reaction, definitely click up here to go check it out. And I am so excited that during this week of love, the week of Valentine's Day, I decided this would be the perfect time to watch the second movie in the trilogy. Based on how the first story went, and it was called Before Sunrise, and now this one is called Before Sunset, I'm hoping that we get more than just a day with them, but I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. I feel like maybe we're only going to get like 8 hours or something with them. I also see the runtime on this movie is a lot shorter than the first one, and this might actually be the shortest movie that I have watched so far for the channel. Either way, though, no matter what happens, I am just so excited to revisit Jesse and Celine and see what they get up to. They're older now. I don't know exactly how many years have skipped in the story, but I'm sure we're gonna get told that information, so I'm just excited to find out. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all of my YouTube subscribers, and thank you as well to the folks over on Patreon, my Adventure Club members. If you want to come join the community over there, you know where to click. Corner, description, pinned comment, all the places. I'm very antsy to get into this today, so with that, let's press play. All right, feels like we're in France still. Wait, we weren't in France in the first one, or were we? How do I forget the location of the first movie already? I mean, to be fair, it was many months ago, but she was from France. He was from the States. Is that him right there? It is. Oh, in-store appearance, author Jesse Wallace. Ooh.
Well, I mean...
He's got a ring on his finger.
That we are the sum of all the moments of our lives. And that anybody who sits down to write is going to use the clay of their own life, that you can't avoid that. But my life, from my own point of view, has been full of drama. If I could write a book that could capture what it's like to really meet somebody. You know, I mean, one of the most exciting things that's ever happened to me, right, is to really meet somebody, make that connection. And if I could make that valuable, that would be the attempt. Or did I answer your question?
Were there ever a French young woman on a train you met and spent an evening with?
That's not important, you know?
So that's a yes.
All right, since I'm in France and this is the last stop of my book tour, yes.
Do you think they get back together in 6 months? Like they promise each other?
It's a good test, right? If you're a romantic or a cynic. You know, maybe that's why he even likes her.
I love the flashbacks to the first movie.
His life is just folding in on itself, and it's obvious to him that time is a lie.
Ooh.
Well, our author has to be going to the airport soon, so thank you all very much for coming over this afternoon.
So let me guess, his flight is around sunset, and we're just gonna get a few hours together.
How much longer before I have to go to the airport?
Oh, you should leave at 7:30. 7:30 at the very latest.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you want to maybe get a cup of coffee? I have a little time.
I'll meet you outside.
Well, get your driver Philippe's card so that you can call his cell phone if you're running late.
Maybe we don't even have a few hours. I just want to know what time it is. I love bookstores like this. So cozy.
I can't believe you're here.
Well, I live here in Paris.
Yeah, I spent the night here last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they got a loft upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Fun.
Anyway, how are you? This is so weird.
I'm fine. It's good to see you. So you want to go to a cafe?
Yeah. I mean, how'd you even know I was gonna be here?
Well, it's my favorite bookstore in Paris. So I saw your picture on the calendar about a month ago.
Yeah.
And that you were going to be here. It's funny because I read an article on your book, and it sounded vaguely familiar. I was really surprised. No, I liked it.
Yeah?
It's very romantic. I usually don't like that, but it's really well written.
Probably makes a difference when it's written about you.
Did you show up in Vienna that December?
Did you?
No, I couldn't, but did you? I need to know, it's important to me.
Oh no. Did he? Is he lying?
I mean, thank God I didn't and you didn't. I mean, if one of us had showed up there alone,
I
then that
know.
would have sucked.
You know, my grandma died a few days before, and she was buried that day, December 16th. And of course, I had to go to the funeral with my parents.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
You weren't there anyway. Why weren't you there? I would have been there if I could have. I made plans, and you better have a good reason. Oh, no. No, you were there, weren't you? Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh no. I knew it. I knew it.
I mean,
I
my
don't
grandma...
hate you, all right? Come on, it's no big deal, all right? I flew all the way over there, you blew the thing off, and my life's been a big nosedive since then.
But he's wearing a ring.
my grandmother. I mean,
No,
you
I
can't-
know. I honestly thought that something like that might have happened. Mostly I was just mad we hadn't exchanged any phone numbers or any information.
I know, we wanted to pick it up where we left
Which
off.
would have been fun
yes,
if it had worked.
a good idea. How long were you in Vienna then?
Just a couple days.
Ugh, we're jumping right back into it. Feels real and not like acting at all, and I love it. Ugh.
So sorry.
I walked around for a couple days. Eventually I flew home. I wrote this whole fictional version where you actually do show up.
Oh, what happens?
Well, we make love for about 10 days straight. That's one
That's
part of it.
interesting.
And then,
So the French slut, right? Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
great,
exactly.
okay. I thought you idealized the night of it.
Oh, come on, it's officially fiction.
Reading something knowing that the character in the story is based on you, it's both flattering and disturbing at the same time.
Yeah, how's it disturbing?
Being part of someone else's memory, seeing myself through your eyes. How long did it take you to write it?
3 or 4 years, on and off.
It's a really long time to be writing about one night.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it was memorable.
I always assumed you had forgotten me.
No.
No, I had a pretty clear picture of you in my mind. I've wanted to talk to you for so long, you know, that
Yeah,
now
me too.
it's just surreal, you know? I feel
No, I
like
know, I
everything
know.
out of my mouth should
I know.
be...
How long do we have? 20 minutes and 30 seconds?
No,
Let's
we've got,
go.
no, we got more than that. Well, I want to know about you.
I work for Green Cross. It's an environmental organization.
And what do you do for
We're going
them?
this way.
It just sounds like you're actually doing something, you know?
This is a good career.
Global warming is real.
You know, I'm really relieved to hear you're not one of those freedom fries kind of
Yeah,
Americans.
Hey, you know?
He definitely is not.
Of having this endless conversation with friends about how the world was falling to pieces. So I decided what I really wanted to do was to find things that could be fixed and try to fix them, you know? Really
Well,
lucky to be doing a job I like.
I mean, I know it sounds weird, but there are things to be optimistic about.
There always are things to be optimistic about. I agree.
But let me break the news to you, okay? The world is a mess right now.
I'm not-
No, from a
I
Western
know.
point of view,
He's not denying that.
5 million people die every year from preventable water disease.
I-
So how is the world getting any better?
I realize that there are a lot of serious problems in the world.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Look, all I'm saying is there's more awareness out there, right? People are gonna fight back. I mean, I think the world might be getting better because people like you are educated and speaking out.
Bingo.
The notion of conservation, environmental issues, those weren't even in the vocabulary until fairly recently, you know, and they're becoming the norm. And
An imperialist country can use that kind of thinking to justify the economic gain.
True.
Human rights is the...
particular imperialist country you have in mind there, Frenchie?
Not really.
This one called US of A. I love cafes like this. Oh, I like his shirt too.
Now I'm older and my problems are deeper, but I'm more equipped to handle them.
So what are your problems?
Right now, I don't have any. God, I love this cafe. I wish they had places like this in the U.S.
Yeah, I missed cafes when I was living over there. I mean, I find a few places I really like, but there was...
You were living in the U.S.?
Yes, from 96 to 99. I was studying at NYU.
Oh, God, don't tell me that, Celine.
Oh no.
I've been living in New York since '98. You know, we were there at the same time.
It actually crossed my mind a few times that I might run into you, but I didn't even know what city you were living in.
What brought you back here?
I had finished my master's, for one, and no visa. All the violence in the medias. One night I heard some noise on my fire escape, so I called 911. And right away he asked me if I had a gun. And he told me, well, you better think about getting one. This is America. I have no interest in firearms whatsoever. Me with a gun. I mean, that's really scary. But still, you know, I really enjoy being there. Just mean Frenchmen, they drive me nuts.
What is it? What about him?
I've had really bad luck. I guess they're not as,
What?
What's the word? Horny? They're not as horny.
In that regard, I am proud to be an American.
Oh my gosh. It's funny.
I was writing a lot more in my journal, ideas I'd never thought of before.
Communist ideas?
Listen, I'm
sorry,
not.
I can't
No,
talk-
but
I
yeah,
don't-
well, okay. I'll send you to a gulag later. My brain felt like it was at rest, free from the consuming frenzy, and I have to say, it was almost like a natural high.
That'd be so awesome.
Can you believe it was 9 years ago that we were walking around Vienna?
9. Oh my gosh.
No, that's
9 years?
impossible.
No, it was. I know. It feels like 2 months ago to me, but it was summer '94.
This is summer 03. All right, when are we addressing the elephant in the room about the ring on the finger? I want to know.
Did you think I was fat before?
No.
No. Seriously, all right, you look beautiful. Do I look any different?
No. Oh, well, actually, you have this line.
I know.
It's like a scar.
A scar?
Just a deep wrinkle. That's all.
I like getting older. You know, I feels I don't know if
Me
it was
too.
more immediate. You know, like I can appreciate things more.
The true work of improving things is in the little achievements of the day. People that are the most giving, hardworking, and capable of making this world better usually don't have the ego and ambition to be a leader. They actually enjoy the process of helping others.
Like I'm designed to be slightly dissatisfied with everything. You know? I mean, do you think it's true that if we never wanted anything, we'd never be unhappy?
I don't know.
Good question.
Isn't that a symptom of depression?
Depends on what you're desiring, I guess.
Yeah, but I feel really alive when I want something more than just basic survival needs. I like that we have those ever-renewing desires. So what, are you Buddhist or something?
No. Same reason I don't really consider myself anything, really.
Yeah, I know. I decided a long time ago that I was going to be open to everything, but not buy into any one and only belief system.
Good call.
You know, you realize that most of the people that you meet are trying to get somewhere better. You know, they're trying to make a little bit more cash, they're trying to get a little more respect, have more people admire them. You know, it's just exhausting.
It is really exhausting.
I had this boyfriend of mine. So he went to Asia to visit some of those monasteries. Each time he went to one of those monasteries, a monk offered to suck his cock. True story.
I mean, I think that's why I really admire what you're doing.
What do you mean, sucking cock?
No. You know, you're not detached from life. You know, you're putting your passion into action.
I try.
Would you walk around
Yeah,
with
yeah,
me a
let's
little
do
bit?
that.
Do you mind?
No, that's great.
Yeah. All right, is there anywhere to go around here?
It's sales day today.
Just go to a park or something.
garden path.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, I like how this is filmed.
You know, sometimes I don't even need to buy anything. I just get high on trying on and looking at things.
I do too. I like window shopping.
Does it help your sex problems?
My sex problems?
I'm kidding.
Tell me the truth. I mean, we didn't have any problems that night.
I'm kidding.
So
We
they
didn't even have
did.
sex anywhere.
Oh.
That's a joke, right?
No, we didn't.
Oh, I love that they're...
That was the whole thing.
No, of course we did.
No, we didn't. You didn't have a condom, and I never have sex with that one, especially on a one-night thing. I'm extremely paranoid about my health. There's no way I would have...
Whoa. I'm finding this very scary that you don't remember what happened.
And here I thought they were going to confirm what happened. I love that they disagree. Oh my God.
Was it in the cemetery?
No, we went to the cemetery in the afternoon. It was in the park. Very late at night.
You spent the night there.
No,
Is it that forgettable? I mean, you really don't remember. In the park.
I think you might be
All
right.
right, no, you're messing with me now.
Sometimes I put things in drawers inside my head and forget about it. I guess it's less painful to put some...
Oh no, Jesse.
So that night was like a sad memory for you? I remember that night better than I do entire years.
Oh my gosh.
Me too.
Really?
Well, I thought I did. Memory's a wonderful thing if you don't have to deal with the past.
Can I put that on a bumper sticker? No, you know what? If you wrote a book about our night, that'd be a good title.
Now that we've met again, we can change our memory of that December 16th. It no longer has that sad ending of us never seeing each other again, right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess the memory's never finished, as long as you're alive.
Did you ever keep a journal when you were a kid?
Yeah, on and off.
It's funny, I read one of mine from '83. I was dealing with life the same way I am now. And the way I was feeling things is exactly the same.
I really wish I had kept journals from when I was younger. Well, and also had maintained them. I was terrible at keeping up with writing in journals.
But sometimes I worry that I'll get to the end of my life feeling I haven't done all I wanted to do.
Well, what do you want to do?
So many things, I bet.
There's so many things I want to do, and I end up doing not much. I don't want to be one of those people that don't believe in any kind of magic, you know.
So then astrology.
Yes, of course.
There we
I
go.
mean, that
Right.
makes
I
sense,
mean,
right? You're a
obviously.
Scorpio, I'm a Sag, we get along.
He's a Scorpio? Oh my gosh, it all makes sense. The lighting here is so beautiful.
You know, every day's our last.
When I feel that way, I usually call my mom to tell her how much I love her.
Yeah?
And she's always, are you okay? Do you have cancer? Are you going to commit suicide?
It's like, no, Mom, I just want to tell you I love you.
If we were both going to die tonight.
What, like if the apocalypse was coming?
No,
boy.
that's too dramatic. Would we talk about your book, the environment, or...
Want to talk about, you know, the magic in the universe. I just want to do it from a hotel room, you know, in between sessions of us wildly fucking until we die.
Why not do it right there on a bench?
Come here.
We're not going to die tonight.
All
Okay.
right, too bad.
That was an extreme example. Not to bring everything back to sex.
But why not?
No,
Yeah.
this example, this friend of mine, she was talking about she and her boyfriend. They had been dating for a year. She started telling him what he could do to please her more, and it totally freaked him out.
Why?
Totally. Well, he felt all threatened, and he thought it
Well,
meant he was a bad lover.
maybe-
Men are so easily offended.
Oh, what, more than women, you think?
Oh, definitely on that
You think so?
subject. Yeah. Men are easier to,
To please?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Next time she dates another man, she's gonna make a little questionnaire about what they like and dislike. before they even...
Oh my God.
Yeah, written down.
Like a Google form.
Like,
me?
well, yeah. Like, for example, like what specific word would you like to hear? What do you feel about the word pussy?
I love it.
How about daddy?
It's amazing what perverts we've become in the past 9 years.
You're grown up. That's why. You're grown up. You're older. You're in your 30s.
What kind of songs do you write? I didn't know you did
What
that.
kind? Like some are about, you know, people, relationships. One's about my cat.
That reminds me of Phoebe from Friends. Smelly cat.
We've got to get going back to the bookstore.
fine.
So you're flying back to New York?
Yeah.
So I read in that article that you're married with a kid.
Here we go.
That's great.
He's 4.
Aw.
What's his name?
Henry.
And your wife, what does she do?
She teaches elementary school. Do you have kids?
Yes, 2. Shit!
What?
I left them in the car with the windows up. It was 6 months ago. You think they're okay? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm in a good relationship, though.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, she's in a relationship too.
Well, he's away a lot, which in a way is good for me because I'm so busy. Well, once we were in New Delhi.
Ugh, so pretty. I want to go to Paris one day, eventually. I don't know when. One day, though.
Let's get on that boat.
No!
No, come on, it'll be fun.
You don't have time.
No,
We
looks
gotta
like we're
go.
about to take off. Look, I've got 15 more minutes. Do you have a cell phone?
15? 15 minutes? Oh my God.
So you're in love with that guy?
What guy?
I love that she just said, what guy? You're just talking about him. We're really not getting much time with them together this time around. And they're both in committed relationships. Just a reconnection movie, a catching up movie.
You know, I think that book that I wrote in a way was like building something so that I wouldn't forget the details of the time that we spent together. That once we really did meet, you know, that this was real.
I mean, I always feel like a freak because I'm never able to move on like this, you know?
Whew, I feel that.
They break up and they forget. They move on like they would have changed brand of cereals. Yeah, I was never able to forget anyone I've been with because each person has their own specific qualities.
Yeah,
You can never replace anyone.
yeah,
What is lost is lost.
yeah.
That's why I'm very careful with getting involved because it hurts too much. I will miss of the person the most mundane things. When I was a little girl, my mom told me that I was always late to school. I was looking at chestnuts falling from the trees.
All about the little things.
I see in them little details so specific to each of them that move me and that I miss and will always miss.
Is this hitting like... It's hitting hard right now.
Like I remember the way the beard has a bit of red in it. I missed it. Really crazy, right?
No, it's not crazy at all.
I wrote that stupid book so that you might come to a reading in Paris and I could walk up to you and ask, where the fuck were you? I think I wrote it in a way to try to find you.
I think it's true.
Oh, God. Why weren't you there in Vienna?
Oh no.
No, why? I wish you would have been. Our lives might have been so much different.
You think so?
I think so.
I actually do.
We're only good at brief encounters, walking around in European cities.
Oh, God, why don't we exchange phone numbers and stuff?
Because we were young and stupid. I guess when you're young, you just believe there'll be many people with whom you connect with. And later in life, you realize it only happens a few times.
Yeah, you can screw it up. You know, misconnect.
Real.
In the months leading up to my wedding, okay, I was thinking about you all the time. I mean, even on my way there, I'm in the
God.
car and a buddy of mine is driving me downtown and I'm staring out the window and I think I see you, corner 13th and Broadway. And I thought I was going crazy, you know, but now I think it probably was you.
I lived on 11th and Broadway.
Oh God.
So, what is it like to be married? You haven't talked much about that.
How weird. We broke up and got back together for a period of years. And
I hate the on again, off again shit. Never again.
she's a great teacher, good mom. She's smart, pretty. In the moment, I remember thinking that it didn't much matter, the who of it all. I mean, that nobody's gonna be everything to you. I mean, what is love, right? If it's not respect, trust, admiration, and I felt all those things. So cut to the present tense, and I feel like I'm running a small nursery with somebody I used to date, you know? I mean, I've had sex less than 10 times in the last 4
no.
years. I feel like if somebody were to touch me, you know, I would dissolve into molecules.
Well, we're here. We could go. All this couple expected after a few years of living together for the passion, that consuming desire to be the same that...
You have to work at that, though.
Otherwise, we would end up with aneurysm if we were in that constant state of excitement, right? Do you think you would have finished your book if you were fucking someone every 5 minutes?
I might have welcomed the challenge.
It's natural for your wife after the birth of your
No,
son. She has to give all her love
of
to the little
course,
one.
of
Imagine
course.
if she was totally obsessed with sex, right? And you're like,
Balance. There's such a thing as balance.
It's not about sex.
Yeah, it shouldn't be just about that. But it is a lot of work to maintain love for someone.
I'm a strong, independent woman in my professional life. I don't need a man to feed me, but I still need a man to love me and that I could love, you know? You better give me your...
No, why don't we just give you a ride home, wherever you're going, huh?
So he knows where he's going?
Yes.
Wonder if she told him something different.
I was thinking, for me, it's better I don't romanticize things as much anymore. It doesn't make me sad, it's just the way it is.
Is that why you're in a relationship with somebody who's never around?
Yes, obviously, I can't deal with the day-to-day life of a relationship.
You just said that you need to love and be loved.
Yeah, but when I do, it quickly makes me nauseous. It's a disaster. I mean, I'm really happy only when I'm on my own. Even being alone, it's better than sitting next to a lover and feeling lonely. It's not so easy for me to be a romantic. Just had too many blah relationships. They weren't mean, they cared for me, but there were no real connection or excitement.
Is that really that bad?
I was fine until I read your fucking book. It stirred shit up, you know?
Oh.
It reminded me how genuinely romantic I was. I don't believe in anything that relates to love. I don't feel things for people anymore. Somehow this night took things away from me and I expressed them to you and you took them with you. It made me feel cold, like if love wasn't for me.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
Every single of my exes, then they're married. Men go out with me, we break up, and then they get married.
This is hitting me so hard right now. Oh my God.
Why didn't they ask me to marry them? I would have said no, but at least they could have asked. But it's my fault. I know it's my fault because I never felt it was the right man. Never. But what does it mean, the right man? The love of your life? The concept is absurd. The idea that we can only be complete with another person is evil, right?
Can I talk?
You know, I guess I've been heartbroken
Jesse.
many times, and then I recovered. So now, you know, from the starts, I make no effort.
You can't live your life trying to avoid pain.
Agree. Agree. Agree.
Okay, I want to get out.
No,
it's-
don't
you know what?
get
it's
out.
It's being
Keep
around
talking.
you, okay?
Hey,
No,
hey.
don't touch me, you know? I want to get on a cab.
I'm just so happy. Thank you. Just keep going. All right. Look, I'm just so happy, all right, to be with you.
You come here to Paris, all romantic and married. Screw you. Moment in time that is forever gone, I don't know.
You say all that, but you didn't even remember having sex, so.
Of course I remembered.
You did?
Yes. We had sex twice, you idiot. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I had to let it all out.
Don't worry about it.
She just had a moment. We all have them.
My life is 24/7 bad. I mean, the only happiness I get is when I'm out with my son.
Oh.
All right, I don't love her the way she needs to be loved, and I don't even see a future for us. But then I look at my little boy, but then there's no joy or laughter in my home.
Your son deserves more.
You know, I want a great life. I want her to have a great life. All right, but we're just living in the pretense of a marriage, responsibility, you know, all these just ideas of how people are supposed to live. I have these dreams.
What dreams?
I
About
have these
her.
dreams, you know, that I'm standing on a platform. You keep going by on a train, and you go by, and I wake up with the fucking sweats. And I want so badly to touch you, but you tell me not to, and then you look away, and I wake up in sobs, all right? And my wife is sitting there looking at me, and I feel like I'm a million miles from her. You know, that that I can't keep living like this, that there's gotta be something more to love than commitment. But then I think that I might have given up on the whole idea of romantic love. I might have put it to bed that day when you weren't there.
Why are you telling me all this?
To get it out. It's his turn to let things out. Right? You did.
People think they're the only one going through tough times. I mean, when I read the article, I thought your life was perfect. Your personal life is more of a mess than mine.
This is where you live?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I want to try something.
What?
I want to see if you stay together or if you dissolve into molecules.
How am I doing?
Still here.
Good, I like being here. Hey, monsieur, I'm gonna walk her to her door.
Just continuing delaying things. It's so hard to say goodbye.
Is it all true about your dreams, or did you just say that to hopefully get in my pants?
Oh, I just said that to get in your pants.
Oh.
I use that all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it work?
You know.
Jokester. Where did the driver? Oh, the driver's still there. I thought the driver left.
We're having a little party.
It's so much fun.
I bet he wants to stay for this right now.
I was thinking, would you play me one of your songs?
You're gonna miss your flight.
I won't. I'm gonna be sitting in the airport for over an hour reading the newspaper.
One song?
Yeah.
Okay, but quickly, yeah.
I feel the tension between them. Get this apartment. Oh my gosh. I love the photos everywhere. And this poor driver just waiting downstairs, having no idea that he's just like making himself comfy.
I have 3 songs in English.
Play the waltz.
It's gonna be about him, isn't it? Or about them.
Let me sing you a waltz about this one night stand. Everything I always dreamt of in life, but now you're gone. It was for you just a one night thing, but you were much more to me. Is worth 1,000 with anybody.
That was sweet.
No, one more, please.
No.
Please,
Remember, you've got a plane to catch, and you have a driver waiting for you.
You just plug that name in for every guy that comes up here.
Oh, yes, of course.
I love their joking.
That's one of my favorite songs of hers. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Baby, you are gonna miss that plane.
I know.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he misses the plane. Fade to black. That's the end. Oh my gosh. I love that it ended on a cliffhanger like that. Oh my gosh. Folks, if you enjoyed that reaction, please let me know by hitting that like button down below. Oh my gosh, this movie was so heartwarming and charming and precious, and I love that the runtime was basically the time that we spent with Celine and Jesse, at least up until it faded to black, and if I want to know what comes after that, I'm gonna have to watch the third movie, which I will be doing. Just like I said about Before Sunrise, this movie once again felt like we were a fly on the wall or a ghost, and we simply just happened across these two people and decided to follow them through a little moment of their lives and overhear their conversations, and I just love, love, love this movie, the first movie. I know I'm gonna love the third movie. This trilogy is amazing. Once again, it did not feel scripted, it did not feel acted. Ethan and Julie just absolutely shine as Jesse and Celine and have such good chemistry, and they just feel like real people. And I just felt like I was watching real people, and I love that so much. I really loved Before Sunrise because it took me back to being in my early 20s, and it just made me remember how amazing it is to come across someone and have that like instant connection, and the conversation just flows really well from the beginning, and I loved that. However, I loved this movie more because I am around the same age as Jesse and Celine are in this movie, so therefore it's just a lot more relatable. I can relate to a lot of the things that they were saying in their life stages right now and all that kind of stuff, and especially a lot of stuff that Celine was saying, both in like her charming way and then moments where she was getting a little bit more aggressive and very outspoken about certain topics. I just was sitting here like, yeah, girl, I feel you. I get it. I understand. And I just love this movie for that. I'll admit that it was really, really difficult to edit this reaction down because I feel like every single piece of dialogue in this movie was important and could qualify to be in here. Of course, for these edits, I do have to cut out a significant part of the movie. I always trim out silences and breaks in between words and sentences, especially when maybe sometimes there's just facial expression glances. Unless I think it's really, really meaningful, I'll keep it in, but I do trim a lot of that out. And just trust me when I say that every break and pause and facial expression, all of that was just so 10 out of 10, and I wish I could just include it all, but copyright says I can't. Once again, Ethan and Julie were absolutely incredible. They have phenomenal chemistry, and their body language, their facial expressions, the way that they were saying these sentences was just incredible, and I could sit here and watch these two all day long. I love them so much. I did go and read on the wiki that Ethan and Julie had a big part of writing the script for this movie, and they both drew from their personal lives as part of the script, and I think that really shows, and it really helps it feel like they weren't acting and it wasn't scripted at all. They were just truly having a conversation and going with the flow. And before you all ask, yes, I will be watching Before Midnight. However, I am going to give the same amount of space in between this movie and the last one as I did between the first one and this movie. So I have scheduled before midnight. It will go out on the channel at the very beginning of June. I think June 2nd is the day that I will release it. So mark your calendars, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, definitely make sure you do that. I am so excited to go to Letterboxd to pick out some reviews right now, so let's go. The first review is a 4-star review by Liam that says, I could honestly listen to these two talking to each other for the rest of my life and not get bored. Ugh, maybe love is real. The second review is a 4.5-star review by Tim Kopp that says, turns out I've never had a conversation before. Honestly, I don't feel like I've had one either after watching these movies, I swear to God. And the final review is a 5-star review by Nicole that says, while rewatching this, all I could ever think was the driver who waited for Jesse. Honestly, same though. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. And that is it for me with this reaction today. So it's now your turn to let me know what you thought of this reaction and what you think about this movie. Do you love it? Let me know why. And do you not care for it? Also let me know why. And thank you so much for watching today and for being here. Thank you to all of my YouTube subscribers and my Adventure Club members over on Patreon for the financial support. If you would like to subscribe, click here to do so. And if you want to continue on watching some things, click on over here. And with that, we will see you in the next reaction video. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.